Today we're going to install the Stone Stomper onto the Caravan, the F-Truck. I've already mounted this bracket here, we've got an air-safe hitch, so you let them know what bracket you've got on the Caravan. They'll design this bracket and actually give it to you as for your hitch. So I've already bolted that on, and then you get this bracket with the arms on it, and that bolts back to this bracket. Next thing to do to install the Stone Stomper is I've already put the Stone Stomper mat across the van, and I've now G-clamped the brackets to the arm where we need to screw to. So next step is to screw these brackets on using the self-tappers. They give you a head for the self-tappers themselves, and then obviously just self-tapper 3 screws each side into this bracket. Just going to make it a bit easier, pre-drill the holes first. In with the bit they supplied. Simple as that, pretty easy. Same again, just repeat what we did on the other side. Pre-drill these. You don't need to pre-drill them because the screws are a self-tapping screw, but I just find it easy to pre-drill them. Just do exactly the same thing did on the other side. The G-clamp. As I said before, I actually put the Stone Stomper up there to work out exactly where these needed to be, and then I G-clamped the bracket. They want this as taut as you can get it underneath the chassis. Obviously the next step to attach the D-shackle to the bracket we put on the Caravan. It actually says in the instructions that you actually meant to attach that before you screw it, but I found it easier to G-clamp that and take this off, screw everything up, and then put it back on. So next step for me is obviously putting the D-shackles in. So I've got both D-shackles on both sides of the Stone Stomper. Once that's on, just check to make sure it's fairly taut underneath the chassis, which it is, it's perfect. Now we'll move on to the next step. Next step, obviously, just took the Stone Stomper to the back of the car. Pretty easy, pretty simple brackets. Flip it on. I do find it easier if you pull it out and then hook it on first. It's a lot easier than trying to pull the mat and then hook it on. Nice and easy, pretty simple. No one doing D-shackles or nothing. Just like that. One other thing they don't actually tell you in the instructions is which way to have the mat. I did have it the wrong way to start with. This shiny stuff to the top, there's none of that on the bottom, so yeah, that shiny stuff on the top, and that's it. Oh, one other thing, just this thing goes up, down and around, and then just clips back onto this to lock it on. So the next step is these middle brackets. Depending on how long the distance is from your Caravan to your car, if it's too far, they give you a centre bracket to put in, which here we'll screw that into the bottom of the toolbox, and then obviously you do the D-shackle back up to that. So these brackets here, the midway point of the Stone Stomper, they don't come with self-tap screws. You've actually got to drill a hole and put a bolt and nut in it. So we'll get onto that now. So all in all, Stone Stomper was pretty easy to fit. Took roughly about 20 minutes to fit. If you've got a heap of sag in there, you've got the option of tightening these straps and moving the knot along, which will tighten all that up. When I ordered it, they ask you for the track of your car. which is obviously this measurement to the measurement over there. They also want the measurement from your toe ball back to the furthest fixing point on the van, and then they also want another measurement from here underneath the chassis to the other side on the same point on the van. And because this was so long, they wanted a midway point as well, so they actually arched from the toe ball to the edge of the toolbox. But all in all, it was fairly easy to fit, and they were super easy to deal with. Once you got online, you uploaded photos and measurements and all that sort of stuff, and it was simple. So all in all, good thing to fit. Stone Stomper.